What's going on, guys? This is Evan with Muscle Car Central. We're here at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run 2025. I'm here with my friends Terri with an I and David Blackburn. We've got their beautiful 67 right here. We're gonna let them tell us a little bit about it and walk us through it. Go ahead, what do you got?
I'm gonna make a correction. It's not ours.
It's yours.
It's mine.
Absolutely.
It was a white car with black vinyl top when we got it. 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the floor. We took it and just kind of played with it. So we put 69 valance on the front, Dan Baker prototype my grill, and we just kind of ran it that way.
So this car started as a 6-cylinder, and now what do we have in it?
Hold that. Let me go get that.
This has a 383 stroker in it, 450 horse on it.
Absolutely beautiful.
We just kind of cleaned up the inside, smoothed the firewall. One of the special features about this car is that the underneath of the hood is just as smooth as the top. We took 2 hoods, made it into 1 hood. One of the things we did was the flush mounted glass. That was a little bit of fun on the front.
That was a job.
That was a job, but we ended up having to take 2 cows, pull it up, fix the fenders, do the A-pillar over here. We did fill in the cowl here. I've got BBT fabrication mirrors from Troy. I love them. Yep. You can use them. Keep going outside.
Well, now, one thing that I didn't notice about this car until yesterday, when he went to go and open the door.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
No door handles.
Yep, we shaved them.
No door handles on the outside.
Yep.
No door handles. We took off the drip rails, seamed in where we could, flush mounted back glass. The spoiler is actually a metal spoiler. A friend of mine actually did make that for my birthday, so that's kind of one off. Tucked and bobbed the bumpers. The tail lights are out of a 2nd gen 7073. Just when the prototype was being built, they did start with round tail lights, and I did like the way that looked a whole lot better than square tail lights.
Yep.
Now, she kind of just went over the metal spoiler. This is the heaviest spoiler I've ever seen. It's heavier than the deck lid.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, it's laid back about 1.5 inches more, and it's about 1 inch shorter. And like I say, it is all made of metal, and just makes the trunk very, very heavy.
Very heavy, yeah.
no weight reduction.
No whatsoever. None
So,
whatsoever.
same with the hood.
That's
So,
right.
on the inside, we went a little crazy, I guess. We put a 57 dash in it. Put the 57 dash, we took like it's a 60s model type Ford Thunderbird console. It married right up to the dash without no modifications. Could not believe that. I used my original front seats. They fit. Since the car is tubbed, we did have to have custom back seats made.
There's a B&M shifter, vintage air. Of course, vintage air is heat and air. Classic instruments, gauges, billet steering wheel. It's pretty much as far as the inside. Like say Chuck Hanna out of Mooresville, North Carolina, he did the interior and all that, so he took care of that issue for us there. One thing I'm proud of is in the trunk area. Like I say, we built the car, myself, her, good friend of ours. One of my things I like is in the trunk, I kind of like to hide all the wiring and odds, so that's kind of my, let me get this out of here. That's kind of a...
Now, you were saying that's actually a stereo out of a boat.
Yeah, the stereo system itself, because we didn't want to have the stereo head and all that. We really didn't have room for it, so we bought the stereo system basically for a boat. Has basically a umbilical cord that runs from it to the control panel in the console itself, and works like a charm. So that made it pretty clean. It didn't have to clutter anything on the dash.
Having that battery back there makes it look a lot cleaner in the engine bay.
Taking it out of the engine compartment definitely makes a big difference the way it looks and all that.
Absolutely. So we did put the Shots wheels on here. It's Axiom is the
style
of it. I was not picking wheels. I told him that was his. That's one thing I couldn't do. I do want to say the paint is a custom paint color. It is a chip that the guys at my paint shop
Worked with
and fixed it this way. So I want to give kudos out to Jeff's Paint and Body out of Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. And Mike Martin was the one that did most of the work on it, with the shot the color.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when I call the color Frankenberry red, I didn't say that. That's because the car, I was calling it Frankenstein for the longest time because it had so many different parts and pieces on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that's how the color came about.
Wow. So what's most original about this car? I know you said the seats are the original seats.
Seats are original.
Seats original.
What's left of the old car?
I mean, the body itself.
Yeah,
the body itself is original. When the body itself was actually pretty solid, we did have to, because it had a vinyl top, we did skin the top. We did skin the quarters. The floor itself was in good shape. We basically, instead of replacing the whole floorboard, we just basically sectioned the left and right side. Other than that, the car was pretty solid. It had been wrecked many, many years ago, but that damage was we took care of that.
And from what we could tell too, it is a North Carolina car. It was bought out of Charlotte. And as we try to figure it out, but we think we're about the third owner.
Wow. So. As far as underneath it, there's pretty much nothing original under there. The rear is a Detroit Speed Quadrolink. We married that with a subframe connector to a Hyatt's front suspension. We bought that because it came with everything. It worked out really well. The stance is the way it sits, the way it drives. So it's, it's a killer car. It turned out a lot better than we ever thought it would.
Now, how often are you actually driving it?
Oh, now I drive it around town. When long trips like this, no, we put it in the trailer. But if we're going to cruise-ins or local car shows and all that, I take my car and he'll take his car. So yes.
So it's not a trailer princess.
No.
It's semi. That's right. It's part-time. So So it's it. But that's it. I mean, it's just, but like I say, the car itself was pretty much solid, but it's the original fenders, the body itself. The hood is different. I do believe that hood assembly, the cowl came from Camaro Central. There was a few other components we bought from y'all and everything. So other than that, most of it is still the original car.
And it's getting plenty of attention.
Yes, it does. It draws a crowd. It's just, it's been a big winner up to this point.
We've been super pleased with it. Like I said, I never expected to have a car turn out like this. I
built a many a car, but this one is the pinnacle of my builds, and I'm done. So
I know I challenged him, being his wife, building a car with me. We had compromises, and
Well, we almost had a meltdown. I built a bed frame with my girlfriend, and we almost had a meltdown. So I couldn't imagine a car. So you guys, that's very impressive.
It was funny through the whole build. We never really got to words, but there was times that I learned just to walk away.
A little bit of tension.
But with her, she's always been a car girl and all that, and she knows there were certain things that she wanted. As long as I could say, we can't do that for this reason, she understood, and we were able to work from there.
And I'm a visual too. So sometimes you have to show me something to get it from my brain, and so that's how it. This is, really, we had no plans. We just kind of started, and this is how it ended up.
Turned a boring 6-cylinder car into this piece.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we're pretty proud of it, and we're just glad a lot of people do like it and everything.
Absolutely.
This is a 73, identifies as a 73 Firebird Trans Am. Started life as a 81. Put the 73 front end on it. It's running a 535 Kaufman all aluminum motor with twin torque storms. Customized with a 69 TA hood grafted into a flat 70 hood.
And you said one of those hoods you bought from Firebird Central.
The 69 TA hood. Couldn't get the clearance with a flat hood, so I was looking at 69s, and they have a bow in the center of them.
Right.
So I ordered a 69 TA hood from you and cut it up and grafted it in.
Amazing.
All metal skirting on it.
So we're at the front end here. What kind of horsepower is this motor making?
Right now it's tuned at 1128.
1128. Now you told me yesterday that you can get it up to how much?
1373.
1373. Rear wheel drive.
Yes.
So you're just spinning tires at 13.
Yes. Yeah.
So you dialed it back a little bit just
We
to get some
dialed it
traction.
back, and it still spins them. Yeah, we're running 355s on the back, and that's a lot of tread.
Yeah.
13 inches of tread, and it turns it down.
And still just spinning tires.
Spinning tires. Yes.
So you're talking about the side skirts and all these body moldings. I mean, it's all custom.
That's all custom metal work. Goes back, turns up at pinch welds, welded in. 4 bucket seats in it.
4 bucket seats. That's what I thought was crazy, because I looked in this car, I was expecting just to see a normal back seat. He's got bucket seats in the rear. Now, I don't know who you're fitting back there, because there is no leg room. I know I'm not fitting back there.
No. But we're running 6-speed 6L90E with paddle shift. To take horsepower and everything, and fun to drive.
Yeah, take us through the interior while we're standing here. I mean, it's a beautiful
Poppers
interior.
for door. Custom fiberglass console. See, there's a hole in the back of the trunk. Once we got everything fabricated, got the exhaust up and over, because I wanted full exhaust on it. Cut the sheet metal, put it in there. 2 days later, I miss that. So I decided to cut it out, because I knew when it come back from powder coating, and then we had the stainless exhaust polished up.
You want to see that?
I wanted to see it again.
Absolutely.
And everything.
Beautiful.